What's up, guys? PmontsAT89 here. Gonna make this as short as I can. I actually did the video, take one so far, 20 minutes long. I'm not trying to make it that long. So, let's get right into it. Okay. On Facebook today, someone shared a post with me. And the post showed the 45 and the 9mm. The 45, it said, the man's round, or a man's round. And it shows the 9mm, and I guess it depicts it as being wimpy. Okay, so I have two guns here today. Neither of them are 45 ACP. But I have people that will tell you that I have shot 45 ACP. I've shot their guns that are 45 ACP, so it's not even a big deal. Because guess what? 45 ACP to me is really not that much in the way of recoil. But for some people, it looks like, because I've read comments, that is the case. So let's get into this, and let's make this as quick as I can. Okay, point number one. I've seen people in there knocking 9mm. Now, some people don't. Okay, some people haven't been. Some people say you're not going to tell the difference when you get hit, and that is the truth. When you get shot, you don't know what caliber you were shot with. You know that you were shot, and it's going to hurt, and you're going to be like, what the fuck? So, point number one I want to make. If the 9mm is not a man's round, then all the Spetsnaz were not men. That's what you're telling me. Here is a gun that the Spetsnaz used. Okay, as you can see, it's unloaded. Oh. Okay. It's unloaded. Put the safety back on. The Makarov. Okay? So all you guys out there that own 45 ACPs, all of you, I'm including all of you here, especially on that site. If you're knocking the 9mm, you are definitely knocking this, which is actually a lot weaker. The 9mm Makarov. You are going to sit there and tell me that each and every one of you could take on a Cold War Spetsnaz with whatever 45 you have, and you're going to be more proficient than he is with the Makarov. Let's say I sent you back in time and you're one-on-one with one of these guys. Okay? There is no such thing as a fair gunfight. Okay? It's survival, dude. Alright? If a guy's coming at me with a gun, I don't give a shit about being fair. I'm going to pull out my gun and I'm going to start firing. If he's trying to attack me with a knife, I don't care. I'm going to shoot him. Okay? I don't care if someone says, well, it's not fair. He pulled out a gun on a guy with a knife. Dude, he's trying to kill me. I don't care. So, with that said, you got these guys with cover. They can come around you and flank you without you even knowing. You're going to say that's not fair. Well, it's the skills they acquire with the gun and everything else. You're saying that the 45 ACP is be all end all. You're not taking into account all the factors involved that actually make somebody effective with a gun. Okay, there are people out there with 22s that would take your ass out. Okay, with just 22s, with 25 ACPs. Yes, there are people out there that have been killed with one shot from 25 ACP. It has nothing to do with the caliber. It's always about the shot placement. A 25 to the brain is more effective than a 45 to the arm. Okay? Just the nature of the human anatomy. Vital shots are vital shots. Everything else doesn't count. I mean, it could stop somebody, but if these people are hell-bent on trying to kill you, it's not going to be enough. I wouldn't trust it for that. Now, on to the next point. To my friend who shared that link with me. He's my brother. I love the guy. I've known him for 12 or 13 years. Okay? My closest friend. Love you, dude. Really do. But, let me show you something. You have one box of hollow points in your house right now at 45. And that's all you have. Okay? I don't care about you going out and buying more after. I'm just making a point now. Your one box of ammo, I think you said you spent like $25, $23, I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was that you spent. But, let me show you something. You have 400-day critical defense. Okay? One box. I got 4 for the same price as your one box. There are a lot of sales on 9mm all the time, if you know where to look. On the internet, anywhere. Okay? On a bad day, I get these for $16 a box on a bad day. And I want to tell you right now, dude, you need to really change your carry loads. They're fine from the house, but if you're serious about your 45, you want to get the best round that you can afford and be proficient with. I would suggest something a little bit more powerful than the critical defense. And if you take the time to look, as I have looked online, ballistic charts and everything else from various sites, videos, even here on YouTube, I did try to share those with you before. I don't know if you ever looked at them, but the critical defense is not the best round for the 45 ACP. It's good for in the house because it's low flashing recoil and it expends its energy faster. So you're not going to get that over penetration, which is good because you have several people in your house. You don't want to hit them. Okay. But for a carry load, I want something that a officer or a military guy is going to carry. Okay. For that caliber anyway. And here's one to look at. This is still not the best one in my opinion. I own other Hollow Points, and I have another one here too that I prefer over both of them. But here is a Hornady Critical Duty, and this does come in 45 ACP if I remember correctly. But this is in 9mm. Okay, it's a lot like your actually I have a couple here in the magazine. It's a lot like your Critical Defense, but it's better for duty. Okay. Duties. It's actually gained some popularity with law enforcement. So I would trust some of the loads they carry over some of these other ones. Okay. And let me see here. This is the round that I have that I prefer to carry, and this is a Remington Gold Saber. Okay. 124 grain plus P. Now I know that people are going to say it's not the best round out there. It's not. But it's what I can afford, and it opens up quite well. Okay, even when it does have jacket separation, the penetration on this thing, there's a guy on here that I know, and I'm speaking, I know you guys on YouTube already know, but I'm speaking to everybody else on this Facebook and everything. His name is Doc Tac Dad, okay? DOCTACDAD, okay? He did a review of this ammo, and he shot it through a pig skull and through water jugs. There was jacket separation, but it proved to be lethal. Okay, very lethal. And so I am more than happy to use this. You could also find this ammo tested on TN Outdoors 9, Tennessee Outdoors 9. Good channel. And you could also find this load being used in brassfetchers.com. So check out that as well. Through ballistics gel, through flesh and bone, this round is proven to be more than capable of taking somebody down. Okay. Now, one of the most popular, this latest and greatest round for 45, for 9mm, and I believe it's out for 40 as well. The Federal HST. Okay. This load is amazing. It's not in my area yet, unfortunately. So that really sucks. If it was, I'd pick up a couple boxes, but it's not there. So Federal HST, the 9mm open up to the same diameter of a lot of these 45 ACP hollow points. Okay, here's the difference. Double stack, 15 rounders, 17, 20 rounders. You have the Glock Happy Sticks, 30 plus rounders. If it opens up and penetrates the same as a 45, it actually penetrates better than the 45. The 9mm in general does. So if you're getting the expansion and better penetration with those 30 plus rounds, I think 9mm wins because you're getting less recoil, faster follow-up shots, and higher capacity, and for a much cheaper price. When you add up all those things, 9mm doesn't look too bad anymore, does it? So I want to get that out of the way too, so price. And and the development of the cartridge to becoming very comparable to the 45. Because over the years, the 9mm and the 45 kept competing with each other. The 9mm is still more powerful, or not powerful, more popular carry load. Okay, it is. 38 Special, I still believe, is the top carry load for most people in America that use centerfires, at least. It's the most widely used centerfire cartridge in America for self-defense, 38 Special. So weaker than both, and they still take out a lot of people. Okay? Next, I saw somebody actually I saw 3 people admit on this site that I'm talking about. I'm not going to say the site name, it is on Facebook. Say that they do get some misses with their 45. Some say they get many more misses than with the 9mm. I see some problems here. Do you? Anybody out there who owns a concealed carry permit or carries daily, who knows anything about guns, should know this, and most of you guys do know this. You don't carry a gun that you can't be accurate with. I don't care what the caliber is, because it's not just you out there. You are responsible for every shot that you take. If you are missing with your 45 ACP, then you shouldn't be carrying it, period. You should go down in size. I don't care what anybody says. It's all about accuracy. It's all about you, really, more than anything. If all you can carry is a 22, then just carry 22. Because if you're out in a shopping center, if you're somewhere that's highly, high population area, and you've got kids walking around, and elderly people, and people just minding their own business, and somebody attacks you, and you go to shoot them, and you miss, and you hit a kid, or one of these other people, you got that blood in your hands. And everything that you hit and destroy that is not that guy, you're looking at lawsuits and possible jail time. And some of those lawsuits, I guarantee you cannot afford, because some of that stuff that you're going to be hitting going to cost a lot of money that you probably don't even have. But, like I said, more importantly, you could have a child's blood on your hands. This isn't fantasy world. This isn't Hollywood. Okay? This is reality. This happens a lot. This happens in Philadelphia. This happens in Detroit. This happens in San Diego. It happens all over the place. That's high population. You can't be carrying a gun that you're not proficient with. Which brings me on to my next point. How often are you shooting your 45 ACP? How regularly are you shooting your 45 ACP? How many rounds a month are you putting through your 45 ACP? If it's less than once a month that you're going, if it's less than 1,000 rounds per year, if it's even 2,000 rounds a year, you need to seriously look at a 9mm or something like that that's cheaper. Okay? It doesn't matter the diameter of the bullet. That is totally second nature to everything else that's more important about self-defense and a firearm and the caliber. Okay? Totally down there. Okay? And there's a lot of people that own 45s and 357 SIGs and 40 Smith & Wessons that went back down to 9mm because of cost. Well, if it's just because of cost, then you know the 9mm can still stop somebody. Okay? You know the 9mm is lethal. You know that a 9mm is something you can be proficient with. Now, I'm not bashing these bigger calibers. I'm not. What I'm saying is, you got to be responsible. Okay? And you got to know these things. You can't just assume that, the 45, I've seen people say the 45 is a one-stop shot. My dad knew a guy that was shot 5 times in between the chest and the stomach. I'm not going to say center mass because I don't know for sure. But he was shot 5 times with a 45 ACP. He's still alive, okay? He used to visit my dad regularly at the liquor store. He came in there alive. They actually pulled up, which was nasty. He pulled up and showed my dad his bullet wounds, okay? And they messed him up for life. But I think a 9mm would do the same thing, would mess you up for life, hollow point especially. But what I'm saying is, he was shot 5 times, and he's still alive. I don't call that a one-stop shot, or a one-shot stop. I don't call that a one-shot kill. The knockdown power theory of a guy falling on his ass from a bigger caliber is complete nonsense. at least in the handgun category. A 50 BMG, sure. A Mosin Nagant 7.62 by 54R, sure. Okay, I can see a guy falling back from that. That's totally different. Okay, when you talk about the energy from a rifle round to a handgun rounds are a joke in comparison. They're still fine for taking somebody down. They joke about that. Okay, but you're not going to see somebody flying backwards from one shot of a 45 ACP. You might see somebody fall on the ground if they are freaking out. It's more of a fear factor. It has nothing to do with being a 45. Okay, it's oh my god, I was shot. I'm falling down. I'm freaking out. I guarantee you, most of those people will go down. The same way with 9mm. As a matter of fact, there was on Cops a while back. I think it was Cops. But anyway, it was a shootout with two teenagers who were firing at cops, and the police officer and the kid lived. So, but the police officer shot the kid with a 9mm, and he went down. First hit, he went down. He's rolling around, screaming and crying. He dropped his gun. So what I'm saying is, again, the 45 ACP could do that. The 9mm could do that. Okay, I'm sure that maybe 22 or 25 of those ranges, no. Okay, but even a 380, people like that will go down from such things. And there was also, I think in Philadelphia, 6 or 7 months ago, a guy was attacked at his car. He pulled out a Kel-Tec P3AT, shot the guy one time in the chest and killed him. Dropped him with a 380 out of a 2 3/4 inch barrel. So again, and so what do we have here when you're comparing the 45 and the 9mm? Again, I am not bashing the 45. I really am not. I do love the cartridge. As a matter of fact, I shot very well with the Glock 21. Very well indeed. I was shooting holes in one at 10 yards standing. I'm not even a good shot. But if you're somebody out there who's shooting these 45s and it's missing the target or whatever else you're doing, you really need to consider going down in size. Okay? And if you don't consider it, then I don't even think you should be carrying a gun at all, because you show complete irresponsibility and no thought about anybody else, any third parties involved. Okay? And there's going to be a lot of times where people end up firing and then hitting somebody unexpectedly. So I think it's something you really need to take into consideration immediately. Okay. And if you want to talk about the 45 stopping people with one shot all the time, then explain to me one last thing, because I'm gonna get off. It's getting kind of late, and I don't want to hold you guys up too much longer. 1920s gangsters, 45 ACP Thompson submachine guns, 50 round mags, 50 round mags. Are you going to be shooting 50 people? No. Are you going to be hitting accurately with that gun? Probably not. But if you can get half those rounds on somebody and you're intending to use those rounds like that on somebody, how much do you believe in the 45 ACP one-stop shot? Exactly. I rest my case, ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, a 223 is more effective than a 45 ACP. If you're talking about ballistics-wise. Go look it up for yourself, BrassFetchers.com. Watch the wounds that are inflicted by the 223. The little 223. That's what everybody says. It's also known as the meat chopper round. You can look that up for yourself. I'm Pete-Monty89, and I'm signing off. I hope this enlightens some of you. And if you still don't believe me, please do your own personal research and find out for yourself the true effectiveness of a 45, the 9mm, and rifle rounds. Thank you. God bless. And remember, anti-gun is anti-American. Peace.